As we age, preserving our brain health becomes increasingly crucial. The foods we consume play a significant role in this process, either supporting cognitive function or accelerating its decline. In this video, we'll explore the top 8 brain-damaging foods you should avoid to keep your mind sharp and healthy as you age. From seemingly harmless everyday items to popular indulgences, these foods can contribute to memory loss, slower learning, and even serious neurological conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Understanding the impact of these foods on your brain will empower you to make healthier choices. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which foods to steer clear of but also gain practical tips to boost your brain function and enhance your overall well-being. Let's dive in and uncover the hidden dangers lurking in your diet, and discover how you can protect your brain for the long haul. Number 1. Foods high in mercury. Mercury is a heavy metal that poses significant risks to the brain. Larger fish, such as bluefish, catfish, grouper, mackerel, orange roughy, shark, swordfish, and big-eye tuna, tend to accumulate higher amounts of mercury due to a process known as biomagnification. As smaller fish consume mercury-laden plankton and larger fish consume those smaller fish, mercury levels increase up the food chain. Mercury poisoning primarily affects the cerebellum and cerebral cortex, 2 critical areas of the brain responsible for coordination, balance, and higher cognitive functions like memory and language. Chronic exposure to mercury can result in severe neuronal damage, leading to long-term nerve damage, memory loss, and cognitive decline. To minimize mercury exposure, it's advisable to eat high-mercury fish rarely, less than once per month. To detoxify the body from accumulated mercury, consider incorporating foods like cilantro, chlorella, and walnuts into your diet. These foods contain natural compounds that can bind to mercury, facilitating its removal from your body. On the flip side, there are healthier fish options with significantly lower mercury levels. Wild-caught cod, anchovies, salmon, sardines, oysters, and herring are excellent choices. These fish not only provide essential omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain health, but also pose a much lower risk of mercury toxicity. Omega-3s are crucial for maintaining cell membrane flexibility and supporting neurotransmitter function, both of which are vital for healthy brain activity. Additionally, when selecting seafood, consider looking for sustainability certifications, such as those from the Marine Stewardship Council, which can help ensure that the fish you consume are not only low in mercury but also harvested in an environmentally responsible manner. 2. Green potatoes. Green potatoes contain high levels of solanine, a natural pesticide that the potato plant produces to protect itself from insects and other pests. While solanine serves as a defense mechanism for the plant, it poses significant health risks to humans. This glycoalkaloid toxin is found in all parts of the potato plant, but its concentration is particularly high in green or sprouted potatoes. Solanine has a neurotoxic effect on humans. When ingested, it can disrupt the body's ability to break down acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter crucial for transmitting signals between nerves. This disruption can lead to symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, and in severe cases, neurological problems like hallucinations, paralysis, and even death. The risk of solanine poisoning increases with the amount consumed, and it is estimated that consuming just one whole green potato can make an adult very sick. It's important to note that cooking green potatoes does not effectively remove solanine. The toxin is heat-stable, meaning that it can withstand typical cooking temperatures. Therefore, even methods like boiling, baking, or frying will not significantly reduce solanine levels. This makes it essential to inspect your potatoes before cooking and discard any that show signs of greening or sprouting. To prevent your potatoes from turning green, store them in a cool, dark place, away from direct sunlight and artificial light. If you accidentally ingest solanine, seek medical attention immediately, especially if you experience severe symptoms. Although most cases of solanine poisoning are mild and self-limiting, severe cases require medical intervention to manage symptoms and prevent complications. 3. Vegetable oils. Surprisingly, vegetable oils are among the most dangerous foods for your brain. These oils, which include corn, canola, soy, safflower, cottonseed, processed olive oil, and margarine, are pervasive in the modern diet. They are commonly used in cooking and are found in many processed foods, including fast food, microwavable meals, frozen packaged foods, and even salad dressings. The primary issue with these oils is their high omega-6 fatty acid content, which can cause chronic inflammation in the brain and body. Omega-6 fatty acids are essential fats that our bodies need for various functions, including brain development and function. However, the modern diet tends to have an imbalanced ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, often around 20:1, whereas the optimal ratio is closer to 4:1. This imbalance promotes inflammation, which has been linked to a higher risk of chronic diseases, including diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Inflammation in the brain can disrupt the normal functioning of neurons, leading to issues with memory, cognition, and mood. Over time, chronic inflammation can contribute to the development of plaques and tangles characteristic of Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, the trans fats found in some vegetable oils, especially those used in hydrogenated products like margarine, can further exacerbate inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain. To mitigate the risks associated with vegetable oils, it's crucial to become a label reader. Check ingredient lists on packaged foods and opt for products made with healthier fats. Cooking your own meals at home using alternative oils can make a significant difference. Raw coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, and cold-pressed avocado oil are excellent choices. Raw coconut oil contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, which can stimulate brain healing and improve neuron connections. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants that support brain health. Cold-pressed avocado oil also provides beneficial monounsaturated fats and has a high smoke point, making it suitable for cooking. 4. Iron-fortified foods. Iron-fortified foods may seem beneficial, especially since iron is a crucial nutrient for blood health and overall bodily function. However, many people are unaware that the type of iron used in fortification, elemental iron, can be harmful to the brain. In the USA and UK, many foods containing wheat and flour are fortified with this type of iron, which does not bind to proteins and can cause oxidative stress, akin to a rusting effect in the brain. Elemental iron is not easily absorbed by the body, leading to excessive free iron circulating in the bloodstream. This free iron can generate free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells, proteins, and DNA by oxidation. In the brain, oxidative stress can lead to the deterioration of neuronal cells, contributing to the development of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Furthermore, oxidative damage can impair cognitive functions, including memory, learning, and problem-solving abilities. Children are particularly vulnerable to the effects of iron fortification. Excessive iron can interfere with normal brain development, potentially leading to cognitive impairments and developmental delays. Pregnant women should also be cautious, as excessive iron intake can affect fetal brain development. Instead of relying on fortified foods, aim to get iron from natural sources. Heme iron, found in animal products like red meat, poultry, and fish, is more easily absorbed by the body and less likely to cause oxidative stress. Non-heme iron, found in plant-based sources such as lentils, beans, spinach, and fortified cereals, can also be part of a balanced diet, but it's essential to consume these with vitamin C-rich foods to enhance absorption. Additionally, it's advisable to avoid cheap, over-the-counter iron supplements unless prescribed by a healthcare provider. These supplements often contain the same elemental iron used in fortification, posing similar risks. If you need to supplement your iron intake, look for formulations that include iron bisglycinate or heme iron polypeptide, which are better absorbed and less likely to cause oxidative stress. 5. Sugar and refined carbohydrates. Although it may be obvious, sugar and refined carbohydrates are some of the most destructive foods for brain health. Foods high in carbohydrates, such as white bread, pasta, pastries, and many processed snacks, are quickly converted into glucose in the body, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar levels. This has the same negative effect as consuming pure sugar. Elevated blood sugar levels cause inflammation and oxidative stress, damaging neurons and impairing cognitive functions. Regular consumption of high glycemic foods can lead to insulin resistance, where the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar levels. Insulin resistance is a precursor to type 2 diabetes and is closely linked to cognitive decline and an increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Moreover, high blood sugar levels can trigger the release of excess insulin, leading to hypoglycemia, or low blood sugar, which can cause symptoms like dizziness, confusion, and irritability. The brain relies heavily on a stable supply of glucose for energy, and fluctuations can disrupt normal brain function, contributing to mood disorders such as anxiety and depression. To maintain steady blood sugar levels and support brain health, it is essential to limit the intake of refined carbohydrates and sugary foods. Instead, focus on consuming complex carbohydrates and foods with a low glycemic index. These include whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and oats, as well as vegetables, legumes, and fruits with a low glycemic load. These foods release glucose more slowly into the bloodstream, providing a stable source of energy for the brain. For those with a sweet tooth, consider natural sweeteners such as stevia or monk fruit, which do not cause blood sugar spikes. Additionally, satisfying sugar cravings with whole fruits, which contain fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, can help mitigate the negative effects of refined sugars. 6. Cherry pits. Cherries are renowned for their antioxidant properties, offering numerous health benefits. However, it's essential to be cautious when consuming cherries to avoid inadvertently ingesting their pits, which contain a compound called amygdalin. When ingested, amygdalin can break down into cyanide in the body, posing a potential risk to brain health. Cyanide interferes with the body's ability to utilize oxygen at the cellular level, leading to cellular suffocation. While the consumption of 1 or 2 cherry pits is unlikely to cause harm, excessive intake or chewing of pits can result in cyanide poisoning, leading to symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, nausea, and difficulty breathing. To minimize the risk of cyanide poisoning, it's advisable to remove cherry pits before consuming the fruit. While the risk is relatively low, especially with modern cherry varieties bred for larger fruit size and smaller pits, caution is warranted, particularly for children or individuals with compromised health. Furthermore, it's essential to avoid ingesting crushed or ground cherry pits, which can release amygdalin more rapidly into the bloodstream. This precaution applies not only to fresh cherries but also to products containing cherry pits, such as certain liqueurs or baked goods. 7. Alcohol. Alcohol consumption is deeply ingrained in many cultures and social settings, but its effects on brain health are significant and often underestimated. Regular alcohol consumption, especially in large quantities, can have detrimental effects on brain structure and function. Alcohol acts as a neurotoxin, damaging dendrites, the branched projections of neurons that facilitate communication between brain cells. This damage disrupts neural pathways and impairs cognitive function, leading to symptoms such as brain fog and memory loss. Additionally, chronic alcohol consumption can lead to a deficiency in vitamin B1, thiamine, a crucial nutrient for brain health. Thiamine deficiency can result in a condition known as Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, characterized by severe memory impairment, confusion, and impaired coordination. Moreover, alcohol abuse can lead to peripheral neuropathy, a condition characterized by nerve damage in the extremities, resulting in symptoms such as numbness, tingling, and weakness in the hands and feet. Furthermore, excessive alcohol consumption is associated with an increased risk of sleep disorders, including sleep apnea, which can further exacerbate cognitive dysfunction and impair overall brain health. To mitigate the harmful effects of alcohol on the brain, it is essential to moderate alcohol consumption and practice responsible drinking habits. This includes setting limits on the quantity and frequency of alcohol consumption, avoiding binge drinking, and seeking support if struggling with alcohol dependence or addiction. 8. Soda drinks. Soda drinks, whether regular or diet, pose significant risks to brain health and overall well-being. These beverages are loaded with sugar, high-fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, and other additives that can wreak havoc on the brain and body. Regular consumption of soda drinks has been linked to numerous adverse health effects, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic syndrome. These conditions are not only detrimental to physical health but also have profound implications for brain function and cognitive performance. One of the primary concerns with soda consumption is its impact on blood sugar levels and insulin resistance. The high sugar content in regular sodas leads to rapid spikes in blood glucose levels, followed by subsequent crashes. These fluctuations in blood sugar can impair cognitive function, leading to symptoms such as brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and mood swings. Moreover, the high fructose corn syrup found in many sodas has been shown to have detrimental effects on the brain. Excessive fructose consumption can lead to insulin resistance in the brain, impairing its ability to utilize glucose for energy. This can result in neuronal dysfunction and contribute to cognitive decline over time. Furthermore, diet sodas, which are often marketed as healthier alternatives to regular sodas, pose their own set of risks to brain health. These beverages are sweetened with artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin, which have been associated with negative neurological effects. Studies have linked the consumption of artificial sweeteners to an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. These sweeteners may disrupt neurotransmitter function, alter the gut microbiota, and induce metabolic dysregulation, all of which can impact brain health. Additionally, the phosphoric acid found in many sodas can leach calcium from the bones, leading to osteoporosis and potentially affecting brain health through its impact on overall bone density. To protect brain health and overall well-being, it is essential to reduce or eliminate soda consumption from your diet. Instead, opt for healthier beverage options such as water, herbal teas, and freshly squeezed juices. These beverages provide hydration and essential nutrients without the harmful additives found in soda drinks. Lifestyle tips to improve brain health. Now that you're aware of the foods to avoid, let's explore some lifestyle tips to boost brain function. Drink mineral water. Consume at least 1 liter of mineral water daily to carry oxygen and nutrients to your brain, clearing out toxins and improving concentration and memory. Intermittent fasting. Practice intermittent fasting by eating all your daily calories within a 4-hour window and fasting for the remaining 20 hours. This stimulates BDNF, repairing brain cell DNA and improving communication between neurons. High-intensity exercise. Engage in at least 10 minutes of high-intensity exercise twice a week. Aerobic exercise promotes blood flow to the brain, boosting oxygen levels. Sleep. Ensure you get at least 8 hours of sleep per night to improve memory, spatial navigation, and decision-making. Consider naps or using herbs like rhodiola to improve sleep quality. 10 surprising remedies that can cause dementia. Medication number 1, benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines such as Xanax and Valium, commonly prescribed for anxiety, insomnia, and stress-related disorders, have been linked to an increased risk of dementia. Medications like diazepam and lorazepam work by enhancing the action of gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA, a neurotransmitter that produces a calming effect on the nervous system. While effective in the short term, prolonged use can lead to significant cognitive risks. Research indicates that long-term benzodiazepine use may interfere with normal brain function, potentially impairing memory and cognitive processes. For example, a French study involving over 1,000 elderly individuals over 15 years found that regular benzodiazepine users had a 60% higher risk of developing dementia compared to non-users. The physical and psychological dependence that can arise from these medications further complicates matters, making it challenging to discontinue their use without medical supervision. If you or someone you know uses benzodiazepines, discussing the risks with a healthcare professional is crucial. There are alternative therapies, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, that can effectively treat anxiety and insomnia without the dementia-related risks. Transitioning to these alternatives requires careful planning and monitoring to avoid withdrawal symptoms and ensure treatment success. In light of these findings, it's essential for patients and healthcare providers to critically evaluate the use of benzodiazepines, especially among older adults who are more vulnerable to adverse effects. Considering therapeutic alternatives can safeguard cognitive health while effectively managing anxiety and sleep disorders. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your medication regimen to ensure safe and effective treatment. Number 2, anticholinergics. Anticholinergics such as atropine, hyoscyamine, methscopolamine, and scopolamine, a common class of drugs, are often used to treat conditions like allergies, urinary incontinence, and Parkinson's disease. They work by blocking the action of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory and learning. Despite their effectiveness, there's growing concern about their impact on cognitive function. Studies have shown that prolonged use of anticholinergics can lead to cognitive decline, particularly in older adults. Acetylcholine plays a crucial role in brain processes like memory formation and retention. When its action is inhibited, as with anticholinergics, it can lead to memory problems and even increase the risk of dementia. A study conducted by the University of Washington, which followed over 3,400 adults for 7 years, found that individuals who regularly used anticholinergics had a significantly higher risk of developing dementia. Specifically, those taking high doses over long periods were at a 54% increased risk. This is particularly concerning given the widespread use of these medications. Many people might not realize that their regular allergy medicine could contribute to cognitive decline. It's crucial for individuals, especially the elderly, to be informed about these risks. If you or someone you know uses anticholinergics frequently, it's important to have a conversation with your healthcare provider. There are often safer alternatives available. For example, nasal corticosteroids can effectively treat allergies without the cognitive side effects associated with anticholinergics. Number 3, opioid painkillers. Opioid painkillers, such as morphine and oxycodone, are frequently prescribed for severe pain management, especially following surgeries or for chronic conditions. These medications work by binding to specific receptors in the brain and spinal cord, providing effective pain relief. However, they come with potential risks that extend beyond addiction and dependence. Research indicates that prolonged use of opioids can lead to changes in brain structure and function. Studies have shown a reduction in gray matter volume in areas of the brain responsible for memory and decision-making. These alterations can lead to cognitive issues, potentially increasing the risk of dementia over time. The sedative effects of opioids further exacerbate these cognitive challenges, causing drowsiness and difficulty concentrating. One study published in the Annals of Internal Medicine highlighted a significant connection between long-term opioid use and a heightened risk of dementia. This finding underscores the importance of weighing the benefits and risks of opioid therapy, especially for long-term use. So, what can you do if you rely on opioids for pain management? First, it's crucial to have an open dialogue with your healthcare provider. Discuss the potential risks to cognitive health and explore alternative pain management strategies. Non-opioid medications, physical therapy, acupuncture, and mindfulness-based approaches may offer effective relief without the same cognitive risks. If opioids are necessary, work closely with your doctor to use the lowest effective dose for the shortest duration possible. Regular monitoring can help mitigate potential side effects, ensuring your pain is managed while safeguarding your cognitive health. Balancing pain relief with mental clarity is essential for maintaining overall well-being. Number 4. Tricyclic antidepressants. Tricyclic antidepressants, TCAs, such as amitriptyline, nortriptyline are a class of medications primarily used to treat depression, but they also find application in managing other conditions like anxiety disorders, chronic pain, and insomnia. TCAs include drugs such as amitriptyline, nortriptyline, and imipramine, which work by increasing levels of neurotransmitters like serotonin and norepinephrine in the brain. While they can be effective in improving mood and alleviating symptoms of depression, it's important to consider their impact on brain health. One of the concerns with TCAs is their potential cognitive side effects. Some individuals may experience issues such as drowsiness, confusion, and difficulty concentrating. These side effects are more pronounced in older adults, as aging makes the brain more susceptible to medication effects. The anticholinergic properties of TCAs, which can block the action of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, are partly responsible for these cognitive changes. This blockage can lead to memory impairment and, in some cases, an increased risk of developing dementia. Recent studies have shown a connection between the use of anticholinergic medications, including TCAs, and a higher likelihood of cognitive decline. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that long-term use of these drugs is associated with an increased risk of dementia. This highlights the importance of carefully assessing the need for TCAs, especially in older adults, and exploring alternative treatments where possible. For those currently using TCAs, regular consultations with healthcare providers are essential. Discussing any cognitive changes or concerns with your doctor can lead to adjustments in medication or dosage to minimize side effects. Non-pharmacological treatments, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or lifestyle modifications, may also be considered to manage depression effectively while protecting brain health. Number 5. Antipsychotics. Antipsychotics, such as haloperidol and risperidone, are commonly prescribed to manage severe mental health conditions like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. These medications work by modifying the effects of certain neurotransmitters in the brain, such as dopamine and serotonin, to help control symptoms like hallucinations, delusions, and mood swings. While antipsychotics can be highly effective in managing these severe conditions, prolonged use has been associated with significant risks to cognitive health. Research indicates that long-term use of antipsychotics can lead to cognitive decline and an increased risk of developing dementia. One of the primary concerns is that antipsychotics can cause changes in brain structure and function. Studies have shown that these medications may accelerate cognitive symptoms, including memory loss and impaired thinking. For example, a study published in the British Medical Journal found that elderly patients on long-term antipsychotic therapy had an accelerated decline in cognitive function compared to those not using these medications. Additionally, antipsychotics can cause other severe side effects such as excessive sedation, tremors, weight gain, and diabetes. These side effects can further complicate mental and physical health, making treatment more challenging. For those who need antipsychotics, it is crucial to have thorough medical monitoring. Regular evaluations can help manage side effects and adjust dosages as needed. Number 6. H2 receptor blockers. H2 receptor blockers, also known as H2 antagonists, are medications that reduce stomach acid production. They are commonly used to treat conditions such as gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, ulcers, and other digestive disorders. Common H2 blockers include ranitidine, famotidine, cimetidine, and nizatidine. These medications work by blocking histamine receptors in the stomach lining, thereby decreasing acid secretion. While H2 blockers are generally considered safe and effective for managing stomach acid-related issues, there has been some discussion about their potential impact on cognitive health, especially with long-term use. Most people use these medications without significant side effects, but some studies have raised concerns about possible cognitive effects, particularly in older adults. Some research suggests that prolonged use of H2 blockers may be associated with an increased risk of cognitive impairment or dementia in the elderly. However, the evidence is not conclusive, and more studies are needed to determine whether these medications directly cause cognitive decline. Factors such as age, overall health, and the presence of other medical conditions may also play a role in cognitive changes. For individuals concerned about the potential cognitive effects of H2 blockers, it is important to weigh the benefits and risks of these medications. If you rely on H2 blockers for managing acid-related symptoms, talk to your healthcare provider about your concerns. They can help assess your risk and discuss alternative treatment options if necessary. To minimize any potential risks, use the lowest effective dose for the shortest duration possible. Lifestyle changes, such as dietary modifications, weight management, and avoiding triggers like smoking and alcohol, can also help reduce acid-related symptoms without relying solely on medication. Number 7. Anti-epileptics. Anti-epileptic drugs, such as phenytoin and valproic acid, are crucial for managing seizures in individuals with epilepsy. These medications work by stabilizing electrical activity in the brain, which helps prevent seizures and improves patients' quality of life. However, there are growing concerns about their impact on cognitive health, especially with long-term use. Research shows that prolonged use of anti-epileptic medications can negatively affect cognitive functions like memory and concentration. This is because these drugs can interfere with neurotransmitter function in the brain, which is essential for communication between brain cells. Additionally, the sedative effects of many anti-epileptic drugs may contribute to drowsiness and difficulty focusing, further exacerbating cognitive issues. A notable study published in Neurology examined the cognitive effects of anti-epileptic medications over several years. The research revealed that patients who used these drugs for extended periods had a significantly higher risk of developing dementia. The study highlighted that high doses of these medications were particularly problematic, increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Despite these concerns, anti-epileptic medications remain a cornerstone in the treatment of epilepsy. If you are taking these medications, it's crucial to work closely with your healthcare provider to manage potential side effects. Newer treatments and combination therapies may offer options with fewer cognitive risks. Additionally, adjusting the dose of anti-epileptic medications can help minimize side effects while maintaining effective seizure control. Number 8. Statins. Statins are a group of medications commonly prescribed to lower cholesterol levels in the blood. High cholesterol is a significant risk factor for heart disease, so statins play a vital role in reducing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Common statins include atorvastatin, simvastatin, and rosuvastatin. These drugs work by inhibiting an enzyme in the liver called HMG-CoA reductase, which is responsible for producing cholesterol. By lowering cholesterol levels, statins help prevent the buildup of plaque in the arteries, which can lead to blockages and heart disease. While statins are effective at managing cholesterol levels, there are some concerns about their long-term use, particularly regarding cognitive health. Studies have suggested that statins might impact memory and cognitive function. For example, some research indicates that statins could be linked to mild memory problems in some individuals, although this is not a universal experience. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology examined the cognitive effects of statins and found that while some patients reported minor memory issues, these were generally not severe or long-lasting. The benefits of reducing heart disease risk often outweigh these potential side effects. However, if you experience noticeable changes in memory or cognitive function while on statins, it is important to discuss these concerns with your healthcare provider. Number 9. Proton pump inhibitors, PPIs. Have you ever used proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs, to ease stomach problems like acid reflux or ulcers? While these medications can provide significant relief, they may also have hidden risks, particularly concerning cognitive health. PPIs, such as omeprazole and esomeprazole, are commonly prescribed to reduce stomach acid production. They work by blocking the proton pumps in the stomach lining that produce acid. This can help alleviate symptoms of heartburn and prevent damage to the gastrointestinal tract. For many people, PPIs are an effective solution for managing these conditions. However, recent research suggests that long-term use of PPIs may come with potential drawbacks for brain health. Studies have indicated that extended use of PPIs could be linked to cognitive decline and an increased risk of dementia. One reason for this connection is that reducing stomach acid can impair the absorption of essential nutrients needed for brain function, such as vitamin B12 and magnesium. These nutrients are crucial for maintaining cognitive health, and their deficiency might contribute to memory problems and other cognitive issues. Additionally, some research suggests that PPIs might directly affect brain function, although the exact mechanisms are still under investigation. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society followed over 1,000 elderly patients and found that those who used PPIs regularly had a higher risk of developing dementia compared to those who did not use these medications. If you rely on PPIs for managing your stomach issues, it's important to discuss these potential risks with your doctor. They might suggest alternative treatments, such as lifestyle changes, dietary adjustments, or less potent antacids, which could provide relief without the same cognitive risks. Number 10. Hormonal contraceptives. These popular medications, especially those that combine estrogen and progesterone, are commonly used to prevent pregnancy and manage various conditions like menstrual irregularities and acne. However, recent research suggests that they might have an impact on cognitive function. Hormonal contraceptives work by altering hormone levels in the body to prevent ovulation and regulate the menstrual cycle. Estrogen and progesterone, the key hormones involved, play significant roles in many bodily functions, including brain health. These hormones are essential for maintaining cognitive functions such as memory, learning, and mood regulation. When their levels are artificially modified over extended periods, it may lead to unexpected effects on the brain. Studies have raised concerns about the potential link between long-term use of hormonal contraceptives and cognitive decline. For instance, research published in the Journal of Women's Health followed women who used hormonal contraceptives for many years. The study found a slight decrease in cognitive function among these women compared to those who did not use such medications. While the exact mechanisms behind this are still being studied, it's believed that altering the natural levels of sex hormones can impact brain function. It's important to note that while these findings are concerning, they are not yet definitive. The relationship between hormonal contraceptives and cognitive health needs further research to fully understand the risks involved. 12 Early Signs of Alzheimer's Disease. Number 1. Loss of navigation. Have you ever found yourself disoriented in a familiar place or forgotten where you parked your car? This disconcerting experience could be more than just a momentary lapse. Loss of navigation is often one of the earliest signs of Alzheimer's disease. This symptom is linked to the shrinking of the parietal lobe, a part of the brain crucial for spatial memory and navigation. The parietal lobe helps us process spatial information and orient ourselves in our environment. When it begins to shrink due to Alzheimer's, this ability deteriorates. You might start to notice difficulty in remembering how you arrived at a location or in retracing your steps. Even familiar routes, like the way home from the grocery store or your usual path through a park, can become confusing. In the early stages, these navigation issues might seem minor or be easily attributed to stress or distraction. However, if they become more frequent and severe, it's important to pay attention. Losing your way in familiar settings or frequently forgetting where you parked can disrupt daily life and cause significant stress. While occasional forgetfulness can be normal, consistent problems with navigation should not be ignored. If you or someone you know experiences these symptoms, it's crucial to consult a healthcare professional for a thorough evaluation. Early detection and intervention can make a significant difference in managing Alzheimer's disease. 2. Judging distances. Struggling with depth perception or finding it difficult to judge distances accurately can be another early sign of Alzheimer's disease. This issue arises as some brain cells start to starve for glucose, affecting your ability to process visual and spatial information. For example, you might find it challenging to walk upstairs, park your car, or recognize 3D objects correctly. Tasks that require accurate judgment of distance, such as pouring a drink without spilling or reaching for an object, may become increasingly difficult. Vision problems associated with Alzheimer's can lead to frequent tripping, bumping into objects, or difficulty in navigating spaces that were once familiar. These difficulties are more pronounced than the typical vision changes associated with aging and can significantly impact daily activities. 3. Repeating yourself. Do you find yourself repeating the same stories or questions within a short period? This could be an early warning sign of Alzheimer's disease. Repeating yourself frequently occurs when the brain struggles to form new memories and connections. In Alzheimer's disease, the neurons in your brain have difficulty making new connections due to the buildup of amyloid plaques and other changes. This disruption means that recent conversations or events don't get stored properly in your memory. As a result, you might find yourself asking the same question multiple times or retelling a story you've already shared, without realizing you've done so. Family members and friends are often the first to notice this pattern. They might point out that you've already mentioned something or asked a question. While occasional repetition is normal, especially during stressful or busy times, consistent and frequent repetition is not. For instance, you might tell a friend about a recent trip, only to bring it up again a few minutes later as if you hadn't mentioned it before. This can be frustrating for both you and your loved ones, and it can indicate that your brain is having trouble processing and retaining new information. 4. Losing things. Misplacing items occasionally is normal, but consistently losing things and being unable to retrace your steps can be an early sign of Alzheimer's disease. This symptom is more than just common forgetfulness, it's an indication that the brain's ability to form and recall memories is deteriorating. When you have Alzheimer's, the connections between your neurons weaken and break down, making it difficult to remember where you placed everyday items. You might frequently lose keys, glasses, or important documents and struggle to remember where you last had them. Unlike typical forgetfulness, where you can usually backtrack and find the missing item, Alzheimer's makes it challenging to reconstruct your actions. For example, you might put your wallet in an unusual place, like the refrigerator, and have no recollection of doing so. Even more concerning, you might start accusing others of stealing your belongings because you genuinely cannot remember where you left them. This can lead to frustration and anxiety, both for you and those around you. 5. Memory aids. Using memory aids like sticky notes, reminders, or digital alerts is common and often helpful. However, an increasing reliance on these aids can be an early indicator of Alzheimer's disease. When your brain starts to struggle with forming new memories due to Alzheimer's, you may find yourself needing to use these tools more frequently to keep track of everyday tasks and important information. People in the early stages of Alzheimer's might cover their homes with sticky notes to remember simple tasks such as taking medication, locking the doors, or even turning off the stove. Digital reminders on phones or tablets might become essential for recalling appointments, birthdays, or other significant events. While these aids can be beneficial, a growing dependence on them could signal that your brain's natural memory functions are declining. For instance, you might find that without a sticky note, you forget to attend a scheduled meeting or buy essential groceries. You may start to create complex systems of reminders to manage daily life, and despite these efforts, still feel confused or overwhelmed. This reliance can be frustrating and worrisome, as it disrupts your normal routine and reduces your confidence in your memory. 6. Confusion. Experiencing frequent confusion about time, place, or people can be another early sign of Alzheimer's disease. This type of disorientation goes beyond occasional forgetfulness and can significantly impact daily life. As Alzheimer's progresses, it disrupts the brain's ability to process and store new information, leading to moments of bewilderment and uncertainty. Individuals with early Alzheimer's might confuse the time of day, often thinking it's morning when it's actually evening. They may forget where they are, how they got there, or why they are there in the first place. This confusion can be particularly pronounced in new or unfamiliar environments, but it can also occur in places they have known for years. For example, someone might leave the house thinking they are going to work, even though they retired years ago. This disorientation can also extend to people. Alzheimer's patients may not recognize familiar faces or might confuse people's identities. They could mistake a grandchild for their own child or believe they are in a different stage of life. This can lead to telling stories from the past as if they are happening in the present, further illustrating their disconnection from the current reality. 7. Speaking problems. Struggling to find the right words or having difficulty following a conversation can be an early sign of Alzheimer's disease. As Alzheimer's progresses, it can disrupt the brain's language centers, making it hard to communicate effectively. This goes beyond occasional lapses in conversation and can significantly affect day-to-day interactions. People with early Alzheimer's might frequently pause during conversations, searching for the right words to express themselves. They might describe an object or a concept indirectly because they can't recall its specific name, saying that thing you used to cook instead of stove, for example. This can make their speech seem disjointed and confusing to listeners. Following a conversation can also become challenging. Individuals might lose track of what was being said, ask repetitive questions, or respond inappropriately because they misunderstood a previous part of the discussion. This can be frustrating for both the speaker and the listener, leading to social withdrawal and communication barriers. Additionally, individuals with Alzheimer's might find it difficult to join in group discussions. They may have trouble keeping up with the flow of conversation or contributing relevant comments, causing them to feel isolated or embarrassed. 8. Problem solving. Experiencing difficulties with problem solving and planning everyday activities can be an early warning sign of Alzheimer's disease. This symptom goes beyond occasional errors and indicates a deeper disruption in cognitive functions that are essential for managing daily tasks. Individuals with early Alzheimer's might struggle to follow familiar procedures, such as following a recipe they've cooked for years. They might find it challenging to manage their finances, forgetting to pay bills or miscalculating expenses. These issues arise because Alzheimer's affects the brain's executive functions, which are crucial for organizing, planning, and carrying out complex tasks. For example, someone might forget the steps needed to prepare a meal, starting but not finishing cooking processes, or leaving out essential ingredients. They may also have trouble organizing their day, forgetting appointments or mixing up the order of tasks, like putting on clothes in an incorrect sequence. This decline in problem-solving skills can extend to more basic activities. They might find it hard to solve simple puzzles or navigate routine decisions, leading to frustration and a sense of helplessness. 9. New memory issues. One of the hallmark signs of early Alzheimer's disease is difficulty forming new memories. While everyone experiences occasional forgetfulness, Alzheimer's patients consistently struggle to remember recent events, conversations, or new information. This impairment goes beyond normal age-related memory lapses and indicates a deeper issue within the brain's ability to process and store new memories. For instance, someone with early Alzheimer's may have trouble remembering what they had for breakfast, even if it was just a few hours ago. They might repeat questions or stories because they don't recall that they've already asked or told them. This repetitive behavior is frustrating for both the individual and their loved ones. Additionally, new memory issues can manifest in forgetting appointments, important dates, or the names of new acquaintances. While they may still recall events from the distant past, their short-term memory becomes increasingly unreliable. This discrepancy occurs because Alzheimer's affects the brain's ability to create new connections, leading to a gradual decline in the retention of recent information. 10. Social withdrawal. Social withdrawal can be a significant early sign of Alzheimer's disease, impacting how individuals interact with others and participate in social activities. As Alzheimer's progresses, individuals may gradually withdraw from social engagements, hobbies, and interactions they once enjoyed. This withdrawal is often due to feelings of embarrassment, confusion, or discomfort stemming from cognitive decline. For example, someone with early Alzheimer's may start to avoid social gatherings or conversations because they struggle to follow the flow of discussion or remember names and faces. They may feel anxious or self-conscious about their memory lapses, leading them to isolate themselves to avoid embarrassment. This withdrawal can also stem from difficulty in maintaining meaningful conversations or engaging in activities they used to find enjoyable. Family members and friends may notice this change as the individual becomes less interested in socializing or participating in group activities. They may prefer solitude or familiar environments where they feel less vulnerable or overwhelmed by cognitive challenges. 11. Changes to personality. Alzheimer's disease can lead to noticeable changes in a person's personality, often affecting their mood, behavior, and emotional responses. These changes can be unsettling for both the individual and their loved ones, as they may differ significantly from the person's usual temperament and habits. As Alzheimer's progresses, individuals may become more irritable, anxious, or easily agitated, even in familiar situations. They may display heightened levels of suspicion or paranoia, believing that others are plotting against them or stealing from them. Conversely, some individuals may become apathetic or withdrawn, losing interest in activities they once enjoyed. Changes in personality can also manifest as increased impulsivity or disinhibition, leading to socially inappropriate behaviors. For example, someone who was previously reserved may now make tactless comments or exhibit inappropriate sexual behavior. These changes occur because Alzheimer's affects the brain's frontal lobe, which regulates emotions, impulses, and social behavior. 12. Misidentification. Misidentification is a troubling early sign of Alzheimer's disease where individuals begin to confuse people, places, or objects. This can lead to disorientation and emotional distress. For example, someone with Alzheimer's might mistake a close family member, like their son, for another person, such as their spouse. They may also misidentify everyday objects, believing a TV remote is a phone or a stranger in the mirror is an intruder. These misidentifications occur because Alzheimer's affects the brain regions responsible for recognition and memory. As the disease progresses, it becomes increasingly difficult for the brain to process and correctly interpret visual and contextual information. Misidentification can be particularly challenging for caregivers, who may find these episodes distressing or hard to manage. What can you do to protect your brain? If you're concerned about Alzheimer's, there are proactive steps you can take. 1. Avoid sugary and refined foods. Cut out sugary foods, refined carbs, and alcohol. Replace them with healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocado, and raw coconut oil to prevent damage to blood vessels in the brain. 2. Exercise regularly. Engage in activities like jogging or swimming for at least 30 minutes, twice a week. Exercise boosts blood flow, delivering oxygen and glucose to your brain cells, preventing shrinkage. 3. Nutrient-dense foods. Eat foods like garlic, parsley, radishes, Brussels sprouts, bone broth, turmeric, sauerkraut, beet tops, milk thistle, and cruciferous vegetables. These help dissolve amyloid plaques and protect your brain cells. 4. Load up on DHA-rich foods. Consume foods rich in DHA, such as pasture-raised eggs, shellfish, beef liver, and oily fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. DHA helps prevent hippocampus shrinkage, crucial for memory and learning. Prevent Alzheimer's and dementia with these 10 healthy habits after 50. 1. Blood pressure management. Managing blood pressure is a crucial aspect of preventing Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, can lead to damage in the brain's blood vessels, which can result in cognitive decline. The brain relies on a robust network of blood vessels to function optimally. High blood pressure can cause these vessels to narrow, harden or leak, disrupting the flow of oxygen and nutrients. Over time, this can lead to areas of the brain becoming damaged or dying off, which can manifest as cognitive impairment or dementia. Research has shown that individuals with high blood pressure, particularly in midlife, have a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia later in life. Therefore, maintaining a healthy blood pressure is not only beneficial for cardiovascular health but also for cognitive health. Blood pressure management involves a combination of lifestyle changes and medication. Regular exercise, a balanced diet low in sodium and high in fruits and vegetables, maintaining a healthy weight, and avoiding tobacco and excessive alcohol can all contribute to lower blood pressure. In some cases, medication may be necessary to control hypertension. Regular monitoring of blood pressure is also essential. This allows for early detection and management of high blood pressure, reducing the risk of damage to the brain's blood vessels. 2. Get quality sleep. During sleep, the brain clears out toxins, including beta amyloid, a protein associated with Alzheimer's. Poor sleep can lead to an accumulation of this protein, increasing Alzheimer's risk. Sleep also aids in memory consolidation. Memories move from short-term to long-term storage during deep sleep stages. Disrupted sleep can interfere with this, leading to memory problems, a symptom of dementia. Maintaining good sleep hygiene promotes quality sleep. This includes a consistent sleep schedule, a restful environment, avoiding caffeine and alcohol near bedtime, and engaging in relaxing pre-bed activities. Regular exercise and a healthy diet can also enhance sleep quality. Sleep disorders, like sleep apnea, can disrupt sleep quality and are linked to increased cognitive decline risk. Therefore, addressing sleep issues is important. 3. Protect your head. Head injuries, particularly those involving loss of consciousness, can increase the risk of developing these conditions. The brain is a delicate organ, and a severe impact can cause damage to brain cells and disrupt normal brain function. This damage can lead to cognitive decline and increase the risk of dementia. Wearing a helmet while participating in activities that could lead to head injuries, such as cycling or contact sports, is a simple yet effective way to protect your head. Avoiding high-risk behaviors that could lead to falls or accidents is also crucial. Moreover, regular checkups after a head injury can help detect any potential issues early. Early detection and treatment can prevent further damage and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. 4. Stay physically active. Physical activity has many benefits for the brain and the body. It can improve blood flow, lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, regulate blood sugar, and prevent obesity. These factors are all associated with a lower risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Physical activity can also stimulate the growth of new brain cells and connections, enhance cognitive reserve, and protect against brain damage. Cognitive reserve is the ability to cope with brain changes by using alternative strategies or brain regions. It can delay the symptoms of dementia and Alzheimer's disease by up to 5 years. Several studies have shown the positive effects of physical activity on dementia and Alzheimer's disease. For example, a meta-analysis of 16 studies found that regular exercise can reduce the risk of developing dementia by about 28%. For Alzheimer's disease specifically, the risk was reduced by 45%. Another study found that older adults who engaged in moderate to vigorous physical activity at least 3 times a week had a 35% lower risk of developing dementia than those who were sedentary. Physical activity can also improve the quality of life for people who already have dementia or Alzheimer's disease. It can help them maintain their physical function, independence, and mood. It can also reduce the risk of falls, which are a common cause of injury and death among older adults. Physical activity can be tailored to the individual's abilities and preferences, such as walking, dancing, gardening, or cycling. It can also be done with others, such as family, friends, or caregivers, to increase social interaction and enjoyment. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous activity each week, complemented by muscle-strengthening activities on 2 or more days. Consistent exercise like brisk walking, cycling, or swimming can support brain health. 5. Cognitive training. Cognitive training involves exercises and activities designed to challenge and stimulate the brain, aiming to maintain or improve cognitive abilities such as memory, attention, reasoning, and problem-solving skills. Research suggests that engaging in regular cognitive training may help prevent or delay the onset of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. These training programs often include various mental exercises, puzzles, memory games, and activities that require focused attention and mental effort. By continuously challenging the brain, cognitive training helps to build cognitive reserve, which is the brain's ability to withstand damage from aging or disease. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who participated in a cognitive training program experienced less cognitive decline over a 10-year period compared to those who did not engage in such activities. Moreover, cognitive training has been shown to improve cognitive function and quality of life in individuals already experiencing mild cognitive impairment, a condition that often precedes Alzheimer's disease. 6. Healthy diet. A healthy diet plays a crucial role in maintaining cognitive function and may help prevent Alzheimer's disease and dementia. The National Institute on Aging highlights that certain eating patterns, particularly those rich in anti-inflammatory and antioxidant nutrients, could influence biological mechanisms like oxidative stress and inflammation, which are implicated in Alzheimer's. The Mediterranean and MIND diets are two dietary patterns associated with cognitive benefits. The Mediterranean diet focuses on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, fish, and unsaturated fats, while the MIND diet combines elements of the Mediterranean and DASH diets, emphasizing green leafy vegetables, berries, whole grains, and fish. These diets may offer protection by providing nutrients that inhibit beta-amyloid deposits or improve cellular metabolism, both of which are crucial in Alzheimer's prevention. Research also suggests that a high-fiber diet may reduce dementia risk. A study involving around 3,700 older adults found that those with the highest fiber intake had the lowest rates of dementia. This supports the idea that what we eat can significantly affect our brain health. Furthermore, the NHS states that modifying risk factors, including diet, could prevent around 40% of dementia cases. A balanced diet, alongside other healthy lifestyle choices like regular exercise, can help reduce dementia risk. 7. Social engagement. Social engagement is increasingly recognized as a factor that may help prevent Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Engaging in social activities and maintaining interpersonal relationships are thought to stimulate the brain and may contribute to building cognitive reserve, which can delay the onset of dementia symptoms. Research supports the notion that social engagement has a protective effect on cognitive health. A study published in the journal PLOS One found that individuals who maintained regular social contact had a lower risk of developing dementia. The study, which analyzed data from the English Longitudinal Study of Aging, highlighted that social engagement could protect against dementia onset and support the lived experience of people with dementia. Another significant study from the Whitehall 2 cohort, with a 28-year follow-up, reported that frequent social contact at age 60 was associated with a lower risk of dementia. The research suggested that the association between social contact and incident dementia was particularly driven by contact with friends rather than relatives. Moreover, the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation emphasizes the importance of socialization in preventing age-related cognitive decline. Activities that promote social engagement, such as community participation, group classes, and maintaining friendships, are considered beneficial in staving off cognitive impairments. 8. Manage stress. Chronic stress can lead to elevated levels of cortisol, a hormone that, in excess, can damage the brain over time. This hormonal imbalance may contribute to the deterioration of critical brain regions involved in memory and executive function, potentially increasing the risk of dementia. Research has explored the connection between stress management and cognitive health. A study published by the National Institute on Aging suggests that managing stress could be beneficial in preventing or delaying Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. The study found that interventions aimed at reducing stress, such as mindfulness and relaxation techniques, might help maintain cognitive function in older adults. Another study highlighted by the Alzheimer's Society reviewed the scientific literature on stress and dementia risk. It concluded that while stress could play a role in the development of dementia, it is unlikely to be the sole cause. The review suggests that stress management could be part of a multifaceted approach to reducing dementia risk, although more research is needed to understand the underlying mechanisms. In summary, managing stress through various techniques, such as mindfulness, meditation, and relaxation exercises, may contribute to a lower risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. 9. Stay mentally active. Engaging in cognitive activities such as reading, writing, and playing games can help maintain brain health and potentially delay the onset of dementia symptoms. Research supports the idea that mental stimulation can build cognitive reserve, a form of brain resilience. A study published in the journal Neurology found that individuals who reported higher levels of cognitive activity developed dementia at an older age compared to those with lower activity levels. Those with the highest levels of mental engagement were found to develop dementia 5 years later than those with the least, on average. The Alzheimer's Association also emphasizes the importance of staying mentally active. They suggest that mentally challenging activities, like learning new skills or engaging in formal education, may have both short and long-term benefits for the brain. Such activities can include strategy games, high-level reading, or learning a new language or instrument. Moreover, a Harvard Health blog post discussed findings that a cognitively active lifestyle in old age might boost cognitive reserve, delaying the clinical onset of Alzheimer's disease by up to 5 years. The post highlighted that the amount of Alzheimer's pathology was not related to cognitive activity, suggesting that staying mentally active may help the brain resist damage. 10. Limit alcohol and avoid smoking. Limiting alcohol consumption and avoiding smoking are important lifestyle choices that can significantly reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Research has identified both excessive drinking and smoking as modifiable risk factors that contribute to the development of these cognitive disorders. The Lancet Commission's 2020 report on dementia prevention, intervention, and care added excessive alcohol consumption to its list of modifiable risk factors. The report suggests that public health initiatives aimed at decreasing harmful alcohol drinking could potentially reduce the incidence of dementia. Additionally, research shows that drinking more than 12 standard drinks a week in midlife increases dementia risk by an average of 20%. Smoking has also been linked to an increased risk of dementia. The World Health Organization estimates that 14% of cases of dementia worldwide could be caused by smoking. A review of 37 research studies found that current smokers were 30% more likely to develop dementia in general and 40% more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease compared to never smokers. Furthermore, heavy smokers in midlife more than double their risk of developing Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia 2 decades later. 12 signs of unhealthy brain. Number 1. Waking up too often. Frequent awakenings during the night can disrupt your sleep cycle, affecting both your brain and overall health. If you find yourself waking up regularly, it might be due to stress and anxiety, which can cause your body to produce high levels of cortisol, a hormone linked to stress. Elevated cortisol levels disrupt your sleep and can cause the hippocampus, a part of the brain crucial for memory and emotional regulation, to shrink over time. Deep, restorative sleep is essential for balancing stress hormones and allowing your brain to repair itself. When you lack adequate sleep, your brain struggles to function optimally, leading to problems with concentration, mood, and memory. Over time, this can increase your risk of developing more serious issues like depression and anxiety. 2. Brain fog. Brain fog is a term used to describe feelings of confusion, forgetfulness, and lack of focus. If you struggle to concentrate and think clearly, especially in the mornings, it might be due to several factors affecting your brain's health. Low blood flow, high stress, lack of sleep, or insulin resistance can cause parts of the brain to shrink, leading to cognitive difficulties. Eating too much sugar and refined carbohydrates can also contribute to brain fog. These foods cause your brain cells to resist insulin, a hormone that helps cells absorb glucose, their primary source of energy. When brain cells are starved of energy, it becomes difficult to form connections and think clearly. 3. Recurrent headaches. Occasional headaches are normal, often due to factors like lack of sleep or dehydration. However, if you experience headaches more than 10 times a month, it could be a warning sign of underlying brain health issues. Frequent headaches can indicate insufficient blood flow and oxygen supply to the brain, affecting its performance. These headaches might be related to conditions such as high or low blood pressure or anemia, where a low red blood cell count reduces oxygen delivery to the brain. As a result, you may struggle with concentration, irritability, and fatigue. To manage frequent headaches, adopt healthy habits like staying hydrated, maintaining regular exercise, and eating a balanced diet rich in essential nutrients to improve blood circulation and prevent anemia. It's crucial to pay attention to these symptoms and consult a healthcare professional for a proper diagnosis and treatment plan. 4. Mood swings. Have you ever noticed feeling perfectly fine one moment and then suddenly becoming anxious, irritable, or upset without any clear reason? Frequent mood swings like these can indicate imbalances in your brain's health. One potential cause is fluctuations in blood sugar levels, which can deprive your brain cells of the fuel and oxygen they need to function properly. Additionally, a compromised blood-brain barrier might allow toxins to enter your brain, increasing your sensitivity to stress and emotional changes. These issues can make your emotions feel like they're constantly on a roller coaster, affecting your daily life and relationships. 5. Depression. Depression often stems from prolonged exposure to stress, anxiety, and unresolved fears, which can throw your brain's chemistry out of balance. When the levels of crucial neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and acetylcholine become disrupted, you might feel drained of motivation and energy, experiencing persistent sadness and fatigue. Inflammation in the brain is another common factor associated with depression. It can exacerbate feelings of hopelessness and lead to cognitive difficulties, such as trouble concentrating and making decisions. This emotional and mental strain can make it hard to enjoy daily activities and maintain relationships. 6. Dizziness. Frequent dizziness can be unsettling and may indicate a lack of proper blood flow to your brain. When your brain doesn't receive enough oxygen, you can experience sensations of lightheadedness or imbalance. This problem is often linked to deficiencies in essential nutrients such as vitamin B12 or iron, both of which are crucial for producing healthy red blood cells that transport oxygen throughout the body. If your red blood cells are enlarged due to low levels of these nutrients, they may not effectively carry oxygen, leading to symptoms like dizziness. This issue is more common in individuals who follow restrictive diets or have absorption issues, leading to deficiencies. 7. Anxiety. Anxiety can manifest as persistent worry, fear of the unknown, and an inability to relax, often overwhelming the mind. When your brain is stuck in fight or flight mode, it can cause feelings of unease and tension. This response is often linked to an overactive amygdala, a part of the brain responsible for processing emotions and stress. Additionally, factors such as stress, poor sleep, and nutrient deficiencies can exacerbate anxiety, disrupting neurotransmitter balance and heightening your emotional response. Chronic anxiety can also lead to physical symptoms, including a racing heart, sweating, and trouble sleeping, further affecting your quality of life. 8. Slow learning. If you find it difficult to absorb new information quickly or struggle to connect ideas, it might indicate a slowdown in your brain's ability to process and transmit nerve impulses. This can often be linked to a deficiency in acetylcholine, an important neurotransmitter involved in learning and memory. Additionally, insulin resistance in the brain can impact its energy supply, making learning and cognitive functions sluggish. When your brain cells can't efficiently use glucose for energy, it becomes harder to focus and retain new information. This issue is particularly prevalent in those who consume high amounts of sugar and refined carbohydrates, leading to reduced brain function. 9. Restlessness. Feeling constantly restless, with a need to move or fidget, can be a sign of an imbalance in your brain's chemistry. This urge to move might stem from high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, or imbalances in neurotransmitters like dopamine and norepinephrine, which are crucial for regulating attention and activity. Restlessness is often seen in individuals with attention deficit disorders, such as ADD or ADHD. It can lead to difficulty concentrating, irritability, and an inability to relax or sit still, impacting daily life and productivity. 10. Language problems. Struggling to find the right words or having difficulty understanding spoken or written language can be an early sign of brain health issues. This may occur when areas of the brain responsible for language processing and production are affected, often due to reduced blood flow or loss of brain cells. While some cognitive decline is expected with aging, significant language difficulties can happen earlier in individuals with unhealthy brains. Factors such as high stress levels, poor nutrition, and lack of mental stimulation can accelerate this decline. Deficiencies in nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain cell membranes, can impact communication between neurons, affecting language skills. 11. Short-term memory loss. Experiencing short-term memory loss, such as forgetting recent conversations or misplacing items, can indicate issues with brain health. The hippocampus, a region of the brain crucial for forming new memories, can shrink due to various factors, leading to difficulties in retaining new information. Common causes of short-term memory loss include stress, poor sleep, and nutritional deficiencies. High levels of stress and cortisol can interfere with the brain's ability to store memories. Additionally, insufficient sleep disrupts the brain's processes for consolidating new information. A lack of essential nutrients, particularly B vitamins and omega-3 fatty acids, can also impair memory function. 12. Constant fatigue. Feeling tired all the time, even after a full night's sleep, can be a sign of chronic fatigue syndrome or other underlying brain health issues. This persistent fatigue often occurs when the brain is not getting the nutrients it needs or is overworked due to stress and hormonal imbalances. Factors such as poor diet, lack of physical activity, and high stress levels can contribute to constant fatigue. When the brain lacks essential nutrients, its energy production is compromised, leading to feelings of exhaustion. Chronic stress can exacerbate this by disrupting sleep patterns and hormonal balance, further draining energy levels. If you experience these symptoms and want to improve brain health, there are steps you can take to multiply brain cells and enhance neuron connections. Aerobic exercise. Regular aerobic exercise is the best way to boost brain cell numbers and prevent brain shrinkage with age. Exercise promotes growth factors that help form new blood vessels and grow new brain cells. Brain training. Encourage your brain to form new connections by learning new skills, solving puzzles, and reading. This boosts neuroplasticity, reviving parts of the brain that may have shrunk. Seafood. Eat oily fish rich in DHA and EPA, like sardines, salmon, and mackerel. These provide materials needed to repair brain tissue and build new neurons. Sleep. Get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep to balance cortisol and repair brain cells. If needed, try supplements like tryptophan or magnesium for better sleep. Fasting. Eat 2 meals a day within a 6-hour window, drinking only water outside this time. Intermittent fasting stimulates growth factors that create new brain cells and makes cells more insulin sensitive, helping brain energy. Sunlight. Expose your skin to sunlight to increase vitamin D and melatonin, hormones that protect against brain diseases and reduce inflammation. Avoid vegetable oils. Stay away from foods cooked in unstable vegetable oils, which oxidize and harm brain cells. Use stable fats like coconut oil or grass-fed butter. Low carb. Follow a low-carb diet like keto, reducing carbs to under 50 grams a day. This cuts neuroinflammation and improves memory, concentration, and sleep. Choline. Eat foods rich in choline, like egg yolks, organ meats, and blueberries. Choline helps create acetylcholine, essential for brain function. Magnesium L-threonate. For stress, anxiety, or sleep issues, take magnesium L-threonate, which crosses the blood-brain barrier. Aim for 3,000 milligrams per day to enhance learning and grow new neurons. 10 brain-damaging foods you should avoid after 50. Number 1. Trans fats. Trans fats, found in hydrogenated oils like vegetable oil, margarine, and many processed foods, are notorious for their harmful effects on the brain. These artificial fats are created by adding hydrogen to liquid oils, making them more solid and extending their shelf life. While this might be great for food manufacturers, it's terrible news for your brain. When you consume trans fats, they integrate into your brain cell membranes, making them less flexible and more prone to inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural response to injury or harmful substances, but chronic inflammation in the brain can lead to serious issues. It's like a continuous, low-level fire that slowly but surely damages your brain cells. Studies have shown that trans fats significantly increase the risk of cognitive decline and diseases such as Alzheimer's. These fats disrupt the normal function of brain cells, leading to impaired communication between neurons and, ultimately, cognitive dysfunction. Additionally, trans fats contribute to the buildup of beta-amyloid plaques, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. The good news is that you can take proactive steps to reduce your trans fat intake and protect your brain. Start by eliminating or significantly reducing your consumption of processed foods, baked goods, and fast foods that contain hydrogenated oils. Instead, opt for cooking with healthier fats. Extra virgin coconut oil is a fantastic choice, rich in medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, that support brain health by providing a quick source of energy and enhancing neuronal connections. 2. Fish high in mercury. Mercury is a heavy metal that can cause significant damage to the brain. High levels of mercury are found in certain types of fish, including shark, swordfish, king mackerel, and certain types of tuna. While these fish are often enjoyed for their rich flavor and high protein content, they carry a hidden risk. When you consume fish high in mercury, this toxic metal can accumulate in your body and brain. Mercury targets the central nervous system, damaging crucial areas like the cerebellum and cerebral cortex. This can lead to a range of neurological issues, including memory loss, difficulty concentrating, and impaired motor skills. But don't worry, there are plenty of ways to enjoy the benefits of seafood without the risks. Opt for fish that are lower in mercury and rich in brain-boosting omega-3 fatty acids. Wild-caught salmon, sardines, anchovies, and mackerel are excellent choices. These fish not only have lower mercury levels but are also packed with DHA, a type of omega-3 that supports brain health. You can also help your body detoxify from mercury with certain foods and practices. Incorporate cilantro, chlorella, and walnuts into your diet. Cilantro and chlorella are known for their detoxifying properties, helping to bind and remove heavy metals from your body. Walnuts, rich in antioxidants and omega-3s, can support brain function and overall health. 3. Sugary foods. We all love a sweet indulgence now and then, but have you ever wondered what that sugary treat is doing to your brain? It's not just your waistline that suffers, sugary foods can also have a serious impact on your cognitive health. When you consume foods high in sugar, your body rapidly converts them into glucose. While glucose is essential for energy, an excess can wreak havoc on your brain. Regularly consuming high amounts of sugar leads to insulin resistance. This condition impairs the brain's ability to take up glucose, effectively starving your neurons of the energy they need to function properly. The result? Brain fog, poor memory, and decreased concentration. Research has shown that high sugar intake can lead to inflammation in the brain, which contributes to cognitive decline and an increased risk of conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. Hidden sugars are often lurking in unexpected places. Look out for ingredients like maltodextrin, high fructose corn syrup, and fruit concentrates on food labels. These sugars can be just as damaging as those you can see and taste. Fortunately, you can take steps to protect your brain from the adverse effects of sugar. Start by reducing your intake of sugary foods and drinks, such as fruit juices, flavored yogurts, donuts, candy, and soda. Instead, focus on consuming whole, nutrient-dense foods. Opt for natural sweetness from fruits like berries and apples, which also provide fiber and antioxidants. Incorporating leafy greens, nuts, and seeds into your diet can help stabilize blood sugar levels and provide essential nutrients that support brain health. 4. Fast foods. Many fast food items are cooked in hydrogenated oils, which are packed with trans fats. These trans fats are a major red flag for your brain health. When consumed in large amounts, they cause significant inflammation throughout your body, including in your brain. Inflammation in the brain can lead to cellular destruction and cognitive decline. It's a bit like setting off a slow-burning fire in your mind, one that gradually destroys your ability to think clearly, remember details, and even learn new things. But that's not all. Trans fats have also been linked to a higher risk of dementia, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. When researchers examined the brains of individuals with high trans fat consumption, they found that these fats contribute to the formation of sticky proteins called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. AGEs create oxidative stress in the brain, accelerating aging and damage. You can take few steps to protect your brain. Start by reducing your fast food intake. Instead of reaching for that quick fix, consider preparing meals at home using healthier oils. Extra virgin coconut oil is an excellent choice. Other great alternatives include extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil. These oils are not only heart healthy but also support brain health by reducing inflammation. Avocados themselves are a fantastic brain food, packed with healthy fats that nourish the brain and enhance cognitive function. 5. High glycemic foods. We've all heard the phrase breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but what if your breakfast choices are sabotaging your brain health? High glycemic foods, those that spike your blood sugar, might be doing just that. High glycemic foods include refined carbohydrates and sugary foods that quickly break down into glucose in your bloodstream. This rapid conversion leads to a spike in blood sugar levels, followed by a swift crash. This roller coaster of blood sugar levels can have severe consequences for your brain. When your blood sugar levels rise and fall dramatically, it affects your energy levels and cognitive function. Consistently high blood sugar levels can lead to insulin resistance, where your body's cells become less responsive to insulin. This condition doesn't just increase your risk of diabetes, it also impacts your brain. Studies have shown a strong link between high blood sugar and cognitive decline. High glycemic foods increase inflammation in the brain, which can damage brain cells and impair functions like memory and learning. Furthermore, they contribute to the formation of harmful plaques associated with Alzheimer's disease. To protect your brain, it's essential to be mindful of your diet. Start by avoiding foods with high glycemic indexes such as white bread, sugary cereals, pastries, and sweetened drinks. Instead, opt for whole grains like quinoa, barley, and oats, which have a lower glycemic impact. Adding fiber-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, and legumes to your diet can further help regulate blood sugar levels. 6. Iron-fortified foods. Iron fortification, the process of adding iron to food products, is common in many countries. While it aims to prevent anemia, the type of iron used in these fortifications, often elemental iron, is not easily absorbed by the body. This can lead to an excess of unbound iron circulating in your bloodstream. Excess iron can act as a catalyst for oxidative stress, producing free radicals that damage cells, including neurons in the brain. This oxidative stress is linked to the development of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Free iron in the brain can promote the formation of amyloid plaques and neurofibrillary tangles, hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. Furthermore, too much iron can lead to inflammation in brain tissues, impairing cognitive functions such as memory and learning. To protect your brain, it's important to avoid overconsumption of iron-fortified foods. Opt for natural sources of iron that your body can regulate more effectively, such as lean meats, seafood, beans, and leafy green vegetables. These sources provide heme iron, which is easier for your body to absorb and utilize properly. Additionally, consuming vitamin C-rich foods like citrus fruits, tomatoes, and bell peppers alongside iron-rich meals can enhance iron absorption, ensuring your body gets just the right amount. 7. Alcohol. Alcohol directly impacts the brain by damaging the dendrites, the branched extensions of neurons. These dendrites are crucial for transmitting messages between neurons, so when they are damaged, it becomes harder for your brain to communicate effectively. This can lead to problems with memory, learning, and cognitive function. Frequent alcohol consumption can cause more than just a hangover. Chronic drinking leads to persistent cognitive impairments. You may find it harder to concentrate, recall information, or think clearly. Over time, this can contribute to more severe conditions like alcohol-related dementia. Alcohol also depletes the brain of essential nutrients, particularly vitamin B1, thiamine. Thiamine is vital for brain function, and a deficiency can lead to serious conditions like Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, characterized by confusion, impaired coordination, and memory problems. To protect your brain, it's important to moderate your alcohol intake. This doesn't mean you have to give up alcohol entirely, but consider limiting your consumption to special occasions. There are plenty of non-alcoholic alternatives that can still make social gatherings enjoyable. If you do drink, ensure your diet is rich in brain-boosting nutrients. Foods high in B vitamins, such as lean meats, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens, can help replenish what alcohol depletes. Nutritional yeast is an excellent source of B vitamins and can be easily added to various dishes. Regular physical activity is another way to mitigate the effects of alcohol on the brain. Exercise increases blood flow and oxygen to the brain, promoting neurogenesis and overall cognitive health. Pairing a healthy diet with regular exercise can significantly improve your brain's resilience. 8. Soy. Soy is often hidden in a surprising number of foods. From vegetable oils and protein bars to diet shakes and even some baby formulas, soy is everywhere. While it's marketed as a health food, soy contains compounds that can interfere with your body's nutrient absorption. Soy contains anti-nutrients like phytic acid, which inhibit the absorption of vital minerals such as zinc. Zinc is essential for brain health, helping to prevent amyloid plaque formation, which is associated with Alzheimer's disease. When your body can't absorb enough zinc, your brain's health and function can suffer. Research has shown that high consumption of soy products can lead to cognitive issues. The isoflavones in soy mimic estrogen in the body, potentially disrupting hormonal balance and affecting brain function. This is particularly concerning for those who consume large amounts of soy regularly. So, what can you do to mitigate these effects? Start by reducing your intake of soy-based products. Instead, focus on incorporating zinc-rich foods into your diet, such as pumpkin seeds, Alaskan crab, and other shellfish. These foods can help boost your zinc levels, supporting optimal brain health. 9. Soda. Soda, a refreshing choice on a hot day or a quick pick-me-up. But did you know that this fizzy drink can be a major culprit in harming your brain health? Let's explore the hidden dangers of soda. One of the key issues with soda is its high content of phosphoric acid. This acid is added to sodas to prevent mold and bacteria growth, but it has a downside: it can interfere with your body's ability to absorb essential minerals like calcium and magnesium. A deficiency in calcium and magnesium can have serious effects on your brain. Magnesium is crucial for energy production in the mitochondria, the powerhouse of your cells. When your brain lacks magnesium, it can lead to poor memory, diminished learning abilities, and even mood swings. Phosphoric acid's impact extends beyond mineral absorption. Studies suggest that high soda consumption can lead to a decrease in brain density and cognitive function. This is because the excess phosphoric acid and high sugar content in soda contribute to oxidative stress and inflammation, damaging brain cells over time. 10. Iron tablets. Many iron supplements contain elemental iron, which is not easily absorbed by the body. This can lead to an excess of free iron in your bloodstream, creating a perfect storm for oxidative stress and inflammation, particularly affecting the brain. When you take these iron tablets, you might notice side effects such as dark stools, stomach problems, heartburn, nausea, and even brain fog. These symptoms occur because the body struggles to process and utilize the elemental iron efficiently, leading to excess iron that can cause oxidative damage. Excessive free iron can catalyze the production of harmful free radicals, damaging brain cells and leading to cognitive decline. This oxidative stress is linked to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, making it crucial to manage iron intake carefully. To protect your brain, consider natural sources of iron that are more bioavailable. High-quality grass-fed liver or spleen extracts provide iron bound to protein, making it easier for your body to absorb and utilize. This can help strengthen your blood without the harmful side effects associated with elemental iron supplements. As you can see, making smarter food choices can have a huge impact on your brain health. By avoiding these harmful foods and embracing healthier alternatives, you can boost your memory, concentration, and overall brain function. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more tips on living a healthier life. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.